Welcome back to the Ryan Runs YouTube channel, and you are on the Ryan Runs YouTube channel, which I'm careful to mention because in talking about a new show today, it's an old show. So the new show is called Cinematic. And the old show is BCFM by myself. It's still out there. You can go check it out. It's on the Book Club for Movies YouTube channel. In fact, if you want to get ahead of the curve, you can start with the one I labeled as number 4. It's kind of an update because that's where the series shifted a bit. And I started getting into what I'm going to continue to get into for Cinematic. And that goes all the way up until episode 11. I'm probably not going to just rebrand those episodes and upload them to the Ryan Runs channel. Probably not. I guess you'll find out whenever the first episode drops next week. But if I do that with all the old episodes, I'll just drop those all at once so we can get going with the new stuff. But if you do check those out, you'll basically see me making my way through whatever cinematic trip I'm on. And for a good long while, I've been on an action movie kick, starting with a bunch of the Shaw Brothers classics back in the 60s, although I think I did throw in a couple Zatoichis there. How could you not? And again, if you want the entire list, it's on Letterboxd. I'll put a bunch of links in the description here. And that does change here and there. I'll add some, I'll take some away based on whatever I want, because the list itself, also within the title, is incomplete and probably always will be unless I want it. It's already got 100 plus movies on there. So if I wanted to go for several years, I'll keep adding to it. But there is a method I am trying to pull from some representative periods, some pieces that are maybe indicative of the evolution of the genre, because that's kind of what I'm going for too. But I'm careful not, it seems in every video, to put myself forward as an expert in the field. This is very much me learning as I go, which I love to do. So I'm going to talk about some of the stuff I've read, some of the stuff I've found out, all of the above. But it is very much an invitation to come along for the ride. So if you want to do that, this all kind of began when I watched a few documentaries, the first of which being Iron Fists and Kung Fu Kicks, which might still be on Netflix. Who knows at this point? But that's where I originally found it. And that does a wonderful job of taking you through some of those early films. In fact, that's a lot of how I compiled the list originally. And then that was followed up by, I think, a crowdfunded documentary of some sort called In Search of the Last Action Heroes. And that delves a bit more into what the Hollywood system did with Hong Kong action cinema, basically, in the 90s and beyond. So those two, plus a really addictive web series by Scott Adkins, who is definitely an expert in the field in many different ways. But he talks with a lot of key players over the years that have done both movies in front of the camera and behind. So there's your primer, and if that sounds like something you want to support, as always, patreon.com/Ryan_runs_ is the way to do it. That helps me do these week after week, and if you want to be a part of it, then that's how you come along for the ride. So, see you then.